Hi guys, I'm Scribe. This one is Smudge, and today we're going to take a look at some kit reveal that CG has just released. Let's get into it. Oh, beer is my friend. You can't have any Smudge, you're too young. Okay guys, so we have had a kit reveal for the 8th brother. This is the 4th Inquisitor or Inquisitorius kit reveal that we have had thus far. And this one is looking quite interesting, gotta be honest. Obviously, sick background art, top props, art department, let's do it. Okay, so Dark Side, Attacker, Leader, Empire, Inquisitorius, Unwind Force User, and smorgasbord of other leadership abilities. A stealthy member of the Inquisitorius with an arsenal of tricks and weapons to surprise his opponents with a makeshift helicopter. Make of that what you will, guys. Basic, Quirling Strike. There goes that helicopter blade. New final text. Oh, everything's new here, guys, so let's not get carried away. If 8th brother did not have stealth this turn, gain stealth for 3 turns, then deal physical damage to the target enemy, and if the target is a Jedi, inflict 1 stack of purge to a maximum of 6 until the end of the encounter, which cannot be copied or resisted. So we're seeing the purge mechanic reiterate further here in the Inquisitorius. We should just expect it for everybody. Special 1, Photon Grenades, cooldown of 3. New final text. If 8th brother did not have stealth, he gained stealth for 3 turns. I'm sensing a theme here. He gains stealth for 3 turns, all the time. Deal physical damage to all enemies and inflict accuracy down, that famous debuff, and burning for 2 turns. If Jedi enemies damaged by this ability, are instead inflicted with blind and burning for 2 turns, which is awesome. Okay, which cannot be resisted either. The fact that it can't be resisted is absolutely nuts. An AoE blind that can't be resisted by Jedi is huge. This ability deals double damage to enemies who have any stacks of purge. Double damage to Jedi, blinds them which they can't resist, and they also get burning. This is sick. Bladed Hilt goes up them with a buzzsaw, and then, stealths himself, because of course, he needs to have stealth. Final text, Zeta, cooldown of 5, guys. If 8th brother did not have stealth, you've guessed it, he gained stealth for 3 turns. Deal physical damage and consume 5 stacks of purge. For each stack of purge consumed this way after the first, deal physical damage again. So it's multiple attacks. So for 1 stack, it inflicts heal immunity for 2 turns. 2 stacks inflicts speed down. 3 ability block. 4 buff immunity. 5 armor shred for the rest of the battle. Armor shred is always for the rest of the battle, let's be fair. These debuffs cannot be resisted by Jedi enemies. So that's a lot of debuffs that you're throwing out there, guys, and some really critical ones. Heal immunity, great. Speed down, great. Ability block, great. Buff immunity, great. Armor shred, good. There's a lot of sources of armor shred these days, but still very, very good debuffs. I'd say even at 4, you're laughing. Leader, more than enough. Empire allies have 5% accuracy and potency. Inquisitorius allies gain an extra 30% accuracy and 30% potency. Jedi enemies that gain foresight from Jedi unique abilities also gain blind for 2 turns, which cannot be evaded or resisted. Hello, Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron. Basically, this hard counters Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron, guys, because you're blinding the Jedi all the time. You're removing their foresight, which then drops their offense and obviously lets you hit them. So great. Whenever other Inquisitorius allies use a basic ability, they have a 30% chance to inflict a stack of purge, a maximum of 6, until the end of the encounter, which cannot be copied, evaded, or resisted. Fine, yeah, extra stacks of purge, we always like that. While in territory wars, this is the Omicron effect. When Jedi enemies gain taunt from Jedi unique abilities, all enemies take damage equal to 20% of their max health. That's pretty huge. This damage cannot defeat enemies. Jedi enemies that receive critical hit immunity from Jedi unique abilities dispel critical hit immunity and instead are inflicted with vulnerable for 1 turn. Okay, so this really messes up General Kenobi for 1, because he has got a passive taunt ability that triggers through his unique, also gains foresight and spreads that to other Jedi, and he also passes crit hit immunity. So this works very well against any sort of GK comp. Basti is also going to be passing that with her leadership, but this is from a unique, so we don't know. Okay, and final, unique. Hunting a shadow. At the start of battle, 8th brother gains stealth for 3 turns. Whenever 8th Brother gains stealth, he recovers 20% health and protection. So basically every single turn he's going to gain 20% health and protection. I'm hoping he's not incredibly tanky. Whenever 8th Brother uses any of his abilities during his turn, if he had stealth at the beginning of the turn, he loses it and gains accuracy and potency up for 2 turns. If that ability was Whirling Strikes or Photon Grenades, he inflicts 1 stack of Purge on an enemy damaged by that ability. Wow, okay, so when he does his AoE, he's going to put Purge on the entire enemy squad. Okay, so marks out of 10 for this. I think this is actually a key character to the Inquisitorius, guys. This gives you a lot more flexibility. Obviously, the more Inquisitorius squads that we get, or members of the Inquisitorius, I should say, the better and more rounded the team is going to be. But this guy in particular does give you a lot more flexibility, certainly gets rid of the threat of a Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron. Yes, I know we have counters in there, Bad Batch, CLS, Bounty Hunters, to name a few. But this gives you an extra flexed character or an extra flexed toon. Potentially does have a space as well in going in a Lord Vader team to help deal with JMKs, being able to inflict a mass blind on the enemy team, JML mass blind. Super useful, guys. Super useful. Dealing that 20% max health damage to the enemy team, incredible. Yeah, I think this guy is going to be solid, and I can't wait to see who the last character we've got is going to be for the Inquisitorius before we get the Grand Inquisitor. Okay, but before we go, we do also have an Omicron ability for our boy T3-M4. Now, the little droid that could is getting a bit of a buff. Now, his is a Territory War specific one, so make of that what you will. However, it does seem to be specifically geared towards a GG-Nuke squad. So at the start of the encounter, T3-M4 gains stealth for 2 turns. Droid allies gain 15 armor penetration. Now, before he wouldn't actually pass that armor penetration, he would just share 100% of his own. But now he's giving all of them 15 armor penetration, as well as 100% of his own. So he's adding, an additional 15 to the entire team, and 30% max health. Obviously, the synergies, max health bonus with GG lead. Hello, that's a lot of extra damage. If your GG's got, say, 150,000 hit points, what is that, an extra 30,000 health? That's huge. Droid allies have 20% defense for each target locked enemy, 20% defense when debuffed, and 20% defense while buffed. So we know that GG gives himself health steal up all the time. We know that you're constantly going to be inflicting target locks. You're constantly going to be inflicting all manners of debuffs with GG lead. And at the start of T3's turn, inflict target lock for 2 random enemies who do not already have it. Sorry, inflict target lock for 2 turns on a random enemy who didn't already have it, which can't be evaded. Shame it can be resisted, but that's neither here nor there. Then all allies recover 5% health and protection for each target locked enemy. So if you're running this, you're going to want to have him lots of health, lots of speed, lots of potency. And they're going to be stacking up defense, so they're going to be a pain to kill. Now, I know in a GG-Nuke team, typically you want your guys to die so that, you'll trigger bonus turns from GG, but this should give it a lot more reliability, better banners, and the fact that you're going to be recovering 5% health and protection for each target locked enemy while the enemy team is alive. You're going to be recovering enough health and protection to out-heal the damage that GG is doing to your team. Super, right? Great. I can see this one being fun. That being said, it is a Territory War Omicron, and I would say they are the second most important. I would definitely put GAC Omicrons as the top tier, your top dog for Christmas. Sorry, Smudge. Top kitten for Christmas. So always prioritize those GAC Omicrons, in my opinion. But if you're feeling like you need a little bit of a boost in TW for an easy squad that you've already got geared, perhaps consider our boy T3-M4. That is going to about do it for today's video though, guys. I hope it was useful to you. I hope you enjoyed, and I also hope that you will give me love and validation. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Please do it. Just do it, guys. Just hit the button. Hit the button. I can't afford to get one of those little notifications that comes up with a little bell and clicks and goes ding because you guys don't subscribe enough. Jeez. Give a boy some slack. You know what I mean? No smudge. Anyway, guys, until the next video. Peace out. Just giving a quick shout out to my patrons. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And without your support, I wouldn't be doing this today. Thanks so much.